Hi, I'm Kari Simpson. I'm from Columbia, Missouri, and I own a digital marketing company. So I'm one of six kids, and my dad was a professional softball pitcher. He was at one point the fastest pitcher in the world, so we traveled around following him. My mom carting around six kids, and he typically would work for whoever sponsored the team back then. So he didn't make a lot of money. We didn't have much, but he was a great salesperson. So we always, had food, and he had a champagne taste and a beer pocketbook. So he typically drove really nice cars and a nice house, and barely got by. So it was challenging sometimes, but we did all right. And he was a great salesperson. So he invited me to get into the Yellow Pages business back in the early 80s after I graduated from high school and had gone to college. And I got an associate's degree at Central Missouri State University. Was wanting to be a legal secretary slash paralegal, so I was in that field at the time, and he just kept badgering me to get in sales, that sales is where it's at, and just talked me into it, wore me down at some point, and I made the leap from working at a courthouse managing adult abuse cases and disillusions to selling Yellow Pages on 100% commission. So that was really the beginning of my career in sales and marketing. Was at a company in St. Louis called Old Heritage Advertising and Marketing. I kind of climbed the ranks quickly at that company and went from sales to sales training, took reps out in the field for a couple weeks at a time and had a lot of fun with them, and learned a lot about how to help local businesses, really, how to help them market their businesses and increase their sales, which led me to another position in the industry. And then 5 years later, I started my own company. So I started Directory Marketing Inc. in 1998, and it was a very niche business. And I think that's what differentiated us from everybody else, is that nobody really knew how to communicate with these ad agencies who had national clients that they were placing directory advertising for. And so that became our core business, was to be the facilitator between these publishers and ad agencies. And we built a great business and really couldn't take on business fast enough back in the early 2000s. And up until 2008, when we went into a recession, and literally overnight, people thought that nobody used the Yellow Pages any longer. So our business went from being rock solid to who would ever dream that the Yellow Pages wouldn't be a great business any longer, because literally every business needed to be in the Yellow Pages if you wanted to be found, but the internet, of course, has changed everything. So in 2008, I started asking my clients who were publishers, what do you plan to do? What's your plan to counter the internet, and how are you going to diversify your business? Because I wanted to continue to work with them. I'd already worked with these publishers for 12, 13 years, and I wanted to continue that relationship. And I knew that they needed to find a way to continue to help these local businesses, small business owners. So in 2010, I started Digital Marketing Inc., which is our core business today. And we have built just a great business for helping small business owners find their way online and to get their business accurately represented and marketed online, whether it's through websites, online listings, to strengthen their online presence, social media advertising and marketing, and Google ads and everything in between. And today we work with publishers who have established sales teams who are helping small businesses. That's one of our one side of our business, and the other side of our business is we work with a lot of direct clients throughout the Kansas City area as well as multiple states to just strengthen their presence online and to increase sales, generate leads, and a lot of print as well and mobile. But our strength is helping businesses to increase sales through online marketing. My dad inspired me to get in sales. He was probably the best salesperson I've ever met, and maybe that's because that's how he supported his family. He had to sell products and services through his entire career to feed his family and enable him to play fast pitch softball and pitch for a living. I mean, he didn't really make a living at pitching. He made a very small amount from that, but those sponsors of those teams were able to give him a position to sell whatever it was they sold, whether it was cars. He worked for a meat packing company in Wisconsin. I mean, we moved 50 times before I was 16 years old. So I think that really helped also make it easy for me to meet people and talk to people. I started DMI from my master's sitting room in 1998, and it quickly grew to, I think I had 7 employees within 4 or 5 months. So we had started in the upstairs master sitting room. We ended up finishing the basement very quickly to enable us to have more employees because we grew so quickly. That business, as I said, the directory business started declining. We were at 25 employees in 2008. And through the decline of the yellow pages, we had to diversify and have now built our business back up. We have 18 employees, specialists from social media marketing, content marketing, web developers and designers to strategists and Google Ads specialists. I guess the advice I would give my younger self is to not wait. Just if you see a need and you want to fulfill it like I did, I waited. I kept saying, somebody needs to start a business to help these ad agencies and publishers communicate better. There's such a communication gap. I think I wasted 10 years in saying somebody should do this. So I finally decided, actually it took, my company was purchased. That's what was my inspiration that made me start DMI. And I guess my advice would be, don't wait. If you know there's a need, don't wait until you have all your ducks in a row and everything's perfect and you have your capital lined up and you have everything all perfect. You will figure it out. Just start on your journey today, because you will figure it out as you go, and there's never a better time than the present to get started on your future. My name is Kari Simpson, and that's how I made it here.